424 once again with NASCAR 08. And in this episode of our season with David Reutimann's 00 Burger King Toyota Camry, we are going to be completing race 35 of 36, which is going to take place at Phoenix International Raceway for the Checker Auto Parts 500 presented by... That's the race name. I don't get it. But in the last episode, we went to Texas Motor Speedway, and we made our way into the top 5, I think, before pit stops begin. And as soon as I entered pit road with a really good pit road entry, a caution came out because the AI behind me apparently don't know how to enter pit road without killing everybody, which was disappointing. Somehow that didn't get me sent to the end of the tail end of the field. That actually put me in the lead. Well, I think I was in the lead. I don't remember. I was up front somewhere, and I easily won the race, leading the most laps. But before that, we had Atlanta, and that was a really exciting finish just because the caution kind of saved me and grouped the field back together so I could have an opportunity to win it. I didn't win it, but it was still a really exciting finish. Now, Phoenix, last time we came here, we beat Paul Menard with just a couple laps to go, I think, and that was the night race. And I'm using the Burger King car because we used the Domino's car last time we came to this track. And I've actually been looking forward to the day race because I think this track looks much better at daytime. Except in the games where it doesn't have a night race, then I just want to know what the night race would look like. I'm weird like that. I want to have both day and night racing at Phoenix, to be honest. But let's go ahead and get to the track. I have the track record here at Phoenix after the previous race at this track with a 26.41. And our medallion task is to pass 20 cars. That is something that we have literally done in every episode in the series, if I'm correct. Matt Kenseth is going to be on the pole again. Robbie Gordon second. Mark Martin third, Elliott Sadler fourth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. fifth, Kurt Busch sixth, Mark Marlin. Wow, that's only I can be that retarded. Sterling Marlin seventh, Brian Vickers eighth, Jeff Gordon ninth, and our teammate Dale Jarrett's going to start in 10th. So we could find ourselves having yet another great race for Dale Jarrett. Also, in the previous episode, Dale Jarrett passed Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the points. I think he might be able to keep that going with this race. Michael Waltrip, our other teammates, going to be starting in 12th. They're both on the outside, but I'm confident that they can find their way to the inside, not go losing a bunch of freaking spots. Sadly, in the second race, just like in the first one, we're going to be using the car tomorrow. Well, I love this paint scheme though. Green flag is out. We're underway for 24 laps at Phoenix. It's like always, got a driver like David Strimmy and apparently Roush drivers back here not doing well. It's so weird thinking that in NASCAR 06 the Roush drivers are the greatest drivers in the game, and then you get into this game, which is 2 years later, and you got Roush drivers all at the back of the field. I don't know. Well, I mean, we got Matt Kenseth in the lead, obviously, but then you don't have Greg Biffle, period, in this entire season. I don't even know why the heck he couldn't compete. Freaking Joe Nemechek and Mike Wallace. I don't know what the hell they're doing in the season if Greg Biffle can't be here. In the first lap, we've made up like 6 spots. That's the inside lane advantage. Oh, they're slowing down more than I want them to going to turn 1. I'm trying to avoid making contact. I want to keep this burger clean. I want it to be edible when I'm done with it. I don't know. That Texas race was really disappointing in terms of content. But I mean, it doesn't seem like it whenever I just skip to the end. But just going through the race and not having anything to talk about, I mean, it wasn't as disappointing as the NASCAR 2005 race as Texas was. Good Lord, I led every single lap in that race. Or at least, I think every lap but 2 because pit stops kind of switch things around. But, I mean, starting last in all these races is the only thing that makes this content interesting. I think if we had qualifying on, there would only be like 4 interesting races in this entire season. Getting loose trying to avoid making contact with these guys. I have to go much slower in the corners just so I can hold the bottom. See Michael Waltrip and Dale Jarrett up there. I don't think they've lost that many positions, but Dale Jarrett's still on the outside. Michael Waltrip is keeping them at bay. Mike Waltrip needs to move forward. Dale Jarrett's on the inside finally. Don't give it back. Why is he giving it to Scott Riggs now? This is just sad. Get your shit on the move. Hopefully after our pit stops are over with, we can see Dale Jarrett and Mike Waltrip both in the top 10 doing their job. And look at me, I'm doing my job. I already got my medallion and everything. I did that in less than 4 laps. I just wish things were actually challenging in this game. Consistently challenging. You know, that it didn't take just 4 laps to get from last place to the middle of the field. I wish it always took like, I don't know, 10 laps, 15 laps to get from that position. And then you can compare this Phoenix race to the one that we had in NASCAR Heat 2 just last weekend in the Xfinity Series. That was so freaking hard, and I don't know why. Phoenix is one of the hardest tracks in NASCAR Heat 2 whenever it comes to offline racing. The AI are just, man, they really get runs off the corners in that game. The only time anyone gets a run in this game is whenever they're freaking rubber banding, huh? Either that or you got worn tires and you just can't make passes very easily at a track like Martinsville. So we're in the top 10. I'm looking back there, just hoping that our teammates are actually doing something. I think that's Mark Martin in the lead right now. Yeah, on the map it says the 01 car. I'm too busy just actually looking at the car trying to find out who it is. I think we could have the lead before the halfway point. Yeah. I mean, I like the visual appearance of this track more than what it is in NASCAR Heat 2. Maybe it's just because I can see everything on the track, like even what's outside, like I can see the bushes and the hills, and it's not too sunset-ish. But I appreciate the challenge more in NASCAR Heat 2 than I do what we're getting in here. At the same time, I hate Xfinity Series cars, and those cars are really freaking stiff. I like driving these more than the Xfinity Series cars in that game. It's just, I don't like the freaking AI performance we're getting right now. I don't really like the performance you get from AI and NASCAR Heat 2 at this track either, considering the fact that there's really nothing you can do to beat them unless you maybe take I should have done pit strategy or something like that. I don't even know if it would have worked, because then my car would have just not wanted to turn at all. There's no room down here, Sadler. I need to stop talking about NASCAR Heat 2 and then just focus on this race. Almost said stop NASCARing, but no, I'm never going to stop NASCARing. I'm going to be NASCARing all my life. I don't even know what that means. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has gotten to the lead. It's taking me forever to pass these guys because they're not giving me an inch. I feel like if they do give me just the slightest bit of room, they're not going to give me enough to not dunk them whenever I attempt to make a pass. Okay, we should be able to get around Dale Earnhardt Jr. going into turn 3 right here. Yeah, there's no room right here, man. All the way down to the yellow line. You gonna keep hitting me? Okay, so we're gonna clear him off of turn 4, and we're gonna lead our first lap in the race. Now, pit stops are just a couple laps away. I'm gonna take it down pit road on lap 14 of 24 because I am JC1424 and I am going to accept my membership of the Illuminati. I will admit right now that NASCAR Heat 2 is better than this game by probably like 10% or 15%. There are many ways that this game is not nearly as good as NASCAR Heat 2. There are flaws with NASCAR Heat 2, like driving model is not as agile enough yet, or the sound effects aren't the greatest. I think this game has better sound effects than NASCAR Heat 2 by a bit. I think it's got a better soundtrack, but then again, I've never listened to this game's soundtrack. I mean, most soundtracks from back in the day are better than what we get these days. It's hard to find, the greatest freaking rock music being released when it's all hidden by what's dominating mainstream. It would be funny if somehow Breaking Benjamin managed to get a song on NASCAR Heat 3. And not only that, but like 3 Days Grace, a bunch of bands that have had songs in NASCAR games making the soundtrack of the NASCAR Heat 3 soundtrack. The soundtrack of the NASCAR Heat 3 soundtrack. Wow. Me not knowing how to word sentences. Nothing new there. So I'm in 4th place. The 09 car is, he's entering his pit stall. And so I'm going to take the lead again. And I have a 3.7 second lead. Or a 2.10 second lead. I don't even have any idea what the heck. It keeps flipping out on me. They're catching up really quickly somehow. But we've got the lead. And we're not going to lose it. Unless a caution happens or something. So might as well just skip to the end of the race. We won at Phoenix. So we won at Texas. We won at Phoenix. We almost won at Atlanta. And last week we couldn't do a damn thing. Which is kind of disappointing. But let's go do some donuts. What is wrong with my right hand long stick? I noticed crap like that. Yeah, we gotta do some donuts. Some Phoenuts. Started in 43rd place just like always and came away with the win. We led 14 laps out of the 24 laps in this race. So yet again, I am 100% member of the Illuminati, even though that's not even a thing anymore. Mark Martin started third, finished in second. He led 5 laps in this race. Kenseth started on pole, finished third, and he led 3 laps in this one. Robbie Gordon started second, finished in fourth. Elliott Sadler started fourth, finished in fifth. Ken Schrader started 13th, finished in sixth. Jeff Gordon started 9th, finished in 7th. Denny Hamlin started 19th and finished in 8th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. started 5th, finished in 9th. He led 1 lap in this race. I'm guessing Kyle Busch started 11th, finished in 10th, because if I recall, Kurt Busch started in the top 10. At least I think I saw his name in there. You can go ahead and look through the rest of this stuff. Mike Waltrip started 12th, finished in 17th. That's not impressive. Dale Jarrett started in 10th and finished in 29th. I mean, not 29th, 28th. Wow, dyslexia. I mean, my dyslexia is not nearly as bad as Dale Jarrett's performance in this race. I mean, it only takes like 2 laps to get to the inside at the most, but even then, he proceeded to lose 18 spots in total. Man, now he's going to get passed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the points, and blah, 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 and not be able to get into 15th place before this championship ends, and I'm going to have to be depressed forever. Ryan Newman started 17th and finished in 43rd. He got a DNF with a few laps to go. Yeah, I recall passing him. After a race presented by nothing, apparently, Matt Kenseth is still second place in the points standings, 183 back, and then there's the rest of the guys, Robbie Gordon, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart. Michael Waltrip has fallen to 6th with that awful performance. Dale Jarrett's only fallen to 17th, I can see at the bottom. Ken Schrader's in 7th, Kyle Busch 8th, John Wood 9th. John Wood, you suck. Jimmy Johnson is in 10th, Jeff Green 11th, and Ryan Newman, with this ridiculous 300-point gap, increases it by getting a DNF in that race and is still in 12th place. So, icing on the cake in terms of shittiness on Ryan Newman's part. I don't get it. What's going on? Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is just right in front of Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett, you are better than Dale Earnhardt Jr. You do this shit. We all know. We all know Dale Jarrett is a more successful driver than Dale Earnhardt Jr. You can end off your career with actual logic, even though his career didn't exactly end until 2008, did it? I don't even remember. I think it was 2008. But yeah, that's the rest of the point standings. Tomorrow we are going to Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ford 500, which is going to be the final race of the season, 36 of 36. It's going to be the end of an LP that did not really present very much challenge whatsoever. I mean, we started last place in every race, and we got a top 10 in almost every single one. I mean, I think there were only like 2 races in which we didn't get a top 10. Or maybe just 1. I know we didn't get a top 10 at Dover. I think we got a top 10 at Watkins Glen and Sonoma. No, at Sonoma we finished in 14th. So that's only 2 races that we didn't get a top 10 in, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. But Homestead, I think we can go ahead and win that race and get 3 wins in a row. I mean, at some point this season we had like 6 wins in a row, didn't we? Or 5 wins in a row. I don't even remember. But it doesn't surprise me that this championship has gone this way. We've got it all locked up at this point. There's no possible way that Matt Kenseth could win this championship now. I like the paint schemes that we brought into this Let's Play. I like the choices that I made. Maybe if I figured out NASCAR way on the PlayStation 3 and how to actually use that freaking driving model, we'd have a better Let's Play. But that's for an LP a long time from now. See you next time. That's that, and episode over.